Hi, welcome back. This is our second video of this data structures and algorithms playlist. In continuation to our previous video, where we have discussed what is stack theoretically, what are the operations carried out in stack, then how stack organizes data, and then practical implementation, practical applications of stack. All those things were discussed in our previous video. If you haven't watched that video, please go back and watch that video, have a clear understanding of stack, and then come back here to the programming part. So in this video, we are going to implement stack data structure in C language. Stack implementation in C using arrays. There are three ways how we can implement stack data structure. One is array implementation, second one is pointer, and third one is linked list implementation. So all these three concepts will be discussed in separate videos. As far as this video is concerned, we are going to implement stack using arrays concept in C language. So before jumping into the programming part, we are going to have a rough idea on how we are going to program, what are the steps, what are the methods we are going to write, and the explanations, so that it will be easy for us to catch when we walk through the entire program. So first step, we are going to create a switch case to accept user input. For 1, it is going to push operation, 2 going to be pop, 3 is going to be peek operation, 4 is going to be print stack without any implementation. It is going to be empty method, empty function. So we are going to create program for the first this step. So we have an empty main function. We will start from here. First thing, one is going to be push /n, 2 is going to be pop /n, 3 is going to be peek /n, and 4 is going to be print stack. So we have printed this value to the user. First thing, we'll just check whether it is successfully printing. So push pop peek stack. So this is how user will get the screen, and he will pick the number that is apt for him. If he needs to push a value, he will press 1. If he needs to pop a value, he will press 2. Likewise. Right. Now we will declare a variable to get the user choice. Scanf %d Amazon choice. So before that, we need another variable named continue value. I will tell why this is needed. While continue value equal to 1. So this loop is going to be keeps on executing until the continue value becomes 0 or it is not equal to 1. What we will do is, initially we will have the continue value as 1, then so we will prompt the user to check whether do you want to continue. In case if you want to continue, press 1, and then we will have a scanf statement and get the user input for continue value. So now I will just cut these 2 lines. What we will do is, we will just run this program. So after seeing the output, you will understand why we have this while loop, why we have this continue value, and then print statements. right? So push pop peek and print stack. It is asking us to check whether we want to continue. Press 1 to continue. We will press 1. It will again ask press 1. So if I keep on pressing 1, it will just keep on printing. I mean, it will keep on executing this while loop. Only after if I press a value that is other than 1, it will stop executing the loop and come out of the loop. So you will understand after a few more lines of code why this while loop is necessary. This printf statement must be present here because it must be only if it is present inside the loop. Every time when user enters something, he will get the answer. So this is comments just for our reference. Getting the charge and then so the implementation of stack will be here. We will write a number of codes here. So after seeing these comments, we will understand. So now it is clear. Push, pop, peek, and print stack. So if I need to push a value into stack, I will press 1. So it is clear that the program has received my input correctly. You have chosen 1. So after we have written implementation of stack, it will have all those stack lines. Now after assuming that the stack operations has been completed, it is asking whether you want to continue. I will press 1. Then I will again get push, pop, peek, and print stack. I will choose my operation 2. So I have chosen 2. So this skeleton is over now. Only after I press a number other than 1, it will close. Now the step 1 has been completed. So we have created we will create a switch case later. We have created a loop to iterate this option to user and get the user input and print it. Switch case is pending. We will also write the switch case. Switch off choice. Case 1 break. So we will write a skeleton of the switch case now. 2, 3, and 4. So we need 4 operations. Right, now the switch case is over. We can also have a default case where if user enters a value other than 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll just print the user that enter a value between 1 to 3 and 4. So the skeleton of switch is over. Now we will compile and run this code. I will press 1 now. So you have chosen one push operation, and then do you want to continue? I'll press yes. Again, it will ask me for options. 3. You have chosen 3 peak operation. Do you want to continue? Yes. Yes. I will press 2 pop operation. So I'll close this by entering value 2 now. Right. So now, as far as our PPT is concerned, so we have created a switch case with push, pop, peak, and print stack without any implementation. So it is now ready to receive user input, and it will send the control to respective operation push, pop, peak, and print stack. Now our second job is to initialize stack array and then initialize stack size. Right. Now integer stack of 10. So we have created a stack of size 10. It is an array, integer array, and we need to initialize maximum size of array. Int max size equal to 10. So this 10 is equal to length of the, size of the stack. So we have initialized a stack array, and we have initialized the maximum size of stack. Now initializing stack array and initializing stack size is over, maximum size. Now our next step is to write isEmpty method and isFull method. So why this isEmpty method and isFull method is required? While using push and pop operation, at specific point of time, we need to check whether the stack is full before inserting a value. For example, if the stack is full, for example, we have a size of 10, there are already 10 elements, we cannot further push a value because stack is already full. So while every time when we push a value, we need to check whether the stack is full or not. In case if it is not full only, we can push the value. Similarly, we cannot pop an empty stack. When the stack is already empty, if we pop, we will get nothing. So we cannot pop a value from an empty stack. So whenever we give a pop operation, we need to check whether the stack is empty. So this is the reason why isEmpty and isFull method function is needed. In C programming it is function, in Java it is method. So no worries. Right. So since we are going to create a function, int is empty function. This function does not carry any parameters or argument, and I am going to create another function is full. So this is declaration, and definition is going to be at the end of the main method. Integer is empty method. We need another variable named something like top that actually points to the top of the stack, which means, for example, if the stack has 4 values, that variable must point to the 4th index. So that will help us in checking whether the stack is empty or full. So at any point of time, the top variable will have the index value that is the top variable. That is the top of the stack. I'll repeat it again. If the stack has a size 10 and the value number of elements in the stack is 6, that top variable will have the index 6. Int top of stack. So now it is understandable. So initially it will be -1. Initially stack is empty, and because stack is empty, top of the stack is -1. So isEmpty method, if top of stack equal to -1. So we already know that we have initially stack is empty, stack of size 10 is empty, and since it is empty, we are pointing to the -1th index, which denotes that stack is empty. In case we have a stack value 1, this will point to index 0. So index is starting from 0 to n-1, and so empty stack will point to -1th index, which means there is no value inside the stack. If the top of stack is -1, return 1, which means stack is empty. Else return 0, which means stack is not empty, which will reveal stack is not empty. Int is full if maximum size will be this maximum size should be 9, because stack is actually 10 of size. The index values will be starting from 0 to 9. So and that is because that is why the maximum size must be 9. So 0 to 9 index must be present between 0 to 9. So is full method if top of stack equal to maximum size, return 1, which means the stack is full. Else return 0, which means stack is not full. We have still more spaces left for the push operation to enter value. So now the empty is full operation is over, completed. So as per step 3, write is empty method, write is full method. This part is over. Now this is the major part of the implementation, writing push method, pop method, and peek method. We will have the implementation now. So after writing these 3 parts, the program is over actually. See, end of the slide. We will check the program now. So same thing, declaration of the functions. Int push function, this will carry an integer. So only if we give a variable that needs to be pushed into the stack as an argument, that will push. If we give an empty argument, the program will confuse on what the value to be inserted into the stack. So there is an argument here, int pop, and this is empty argument, because popping operation will just give you the topmost element of the stack, and we cannot specify the second element, third element, or fourth element, whatever the element may be. We cannot specify this. We cannot specify to pop this specific element in the stack. So popping just gets you the topmost element of the stack. And then int peek. So peek is actually similar to pop, but only the difference is pop will take the topmost element of the stack and print to the user and deletes the value from the stack. But peek gets you the topmost element of the stack without deleting the element from the stack. Now the declaration part is over. We will first write push operation. Int push int element. So what does this function mean is, if we call push method with an integer variable, this push method is going to push a value into stack for us. Simple. So we have an element to be pushed into the stack here. The variable name is element itself. Now First thing, before pushing into stack, we need to check whether the stack is full. So we have already is full method. If not of is full, which means, see, if is full method returns value 1, so if the stack is full, it will return value 1. So imagine the stack is full, so it is returning value 1. Not operation with 1 will give you 0. So which means if the stack is full, this part of if statement will not execute. I mean, if statement will become false and this if part will not execute. So is full, again I will tell you again, is full method will return 1 if the stack is full. So if the stack is full, 1 will be coming here. So not of 1 will be 0. So condition is false and if part will not be executed, which means we need to write, I mean, if the if condition is true, which means, for example, if the stack is not full, it will return 0. So 0 and not operator will give you 1. So if the value is true, so if statement is true, we can straight away push the value into stack here. Else print the user printf stack is full. Simple. So now the important part of implementation. So we have a variable named top of the stack. So initially the top of the stack will be -1. Whenever we need to push a value into stack, top of stack plus plus. Now this array, we are going to add value to this array, which means pushing the value to the stack. Stack of top of stack is going to be the value that is given as argument. So initially the value will be -1, the index value will be -1 for the first element. We are incrementing the value by 1, so index 0, stack of 0 will add the element to the 1. So for every push operation, we will increment the value. I mean, this top of the stack, it is assuming this as pointing variable. It's not pointer, actually it is a pointing variable as far as our assumption is concerned. This is a pointing variable. This points to the index of the top of the element of stack. So initially it is -1. For the first push, it will increment to value index 0. So stack of 0, that element. So for every push, the pointing value increments by 1 and we will push the value to the that specified index of top of stack. So now push operation is over. Pop operation now. And also return 1 if the value is successfully pushed, else return 0. Int pop operation, if this is similar to this if statement is going to, we are going to write here. For every pop operation, we need to check whether the stack is empty. In case if the stack is empty, we need to print the stack is empty, or we'll print the value top of the stack. So again, if is empty method returns 1, which means the stack is empty. Is empty returns 1, then so if the stack is empty, this pop operation must not be executed. So we will have a not symbol, which means if the stack is empty, it will return 1 and not operation becomes 0, condition will fail, this if part will not be executed. Or if the stack is not empty, some values are there in stack, it will return 0 value, 0 and not operator becomes 1, condition is true. So if there is value in stack, pop operation will occur. printf stack is empty fashion return 0. Now we will write pop operation. So at any point of time, the top of the stack variable will point to the topmost element of the stack. So now it is, if the stack is not empty, right? So we will printf %d /n comma stack of top of stack. We will print this value, then we will decrement the top of the stack to one value minus top of stack minus minus. So while push operation we are keeping on incrementing the value, and while pop operation we are keeping on decrementing the value, because when a value is popped out from the stack, then the top of the stack must reduce 1 to point the next value. So from then on, the top of the stack will be one value less. Now the pop operation is completed. Now another one more operation, peek. It is actually almost similar to pop operation. I have just copied and pasted this code. Only change is we will print peaked value, and then we will not decrement the top of the stack, which means we are not going to delete the topmost element of the stack, which is the nature of peek operation. Peek operation will print the top of the stack without deleting the topmost value. So now our complete implementation is over. So we have 5 operations and 5 functions. Stack with size something, the size 10, maximum size is 9029, top of the stack, and a while loop to keep on continuing in case if the user want to continue. And then for every we have missed something. In case if the choice is 1, printf. So we need to prompt the user to enter the value. We have missed this important thing. Enter the number to be to stack /n. Scanf %d comma ampersand. So this element is different from this element. So this element will be local to this function alone, and this element will be local to this. So we have received value from the user. We are going to push the value into this stack. Then pop operation. Simply just calling pop will does the job for us. Similarly, peek operation. So here you need to write another function, int print stack. It's not int, it's void is enough. Integer I equal to 0. For I equal to 0, I less than top of stack I plus plus. Value at position %d So it will print. We will print with the position also is percentage d. So this percentage d we will have the value I, and this percentage d we will have value of stack, value inside that stack. So first percentage d is I, comma second percentage d stack of I. So this will print the value of stack, and we will update this switch statement here by print stack function. So now the entire implementation is over. So I will compile this code. In case if there is any error, we will fix that error. So there is no error. The error 0, warning 0. We will run this. So now first it is prompting the user to uh, enter his choice. Now first I will give push operation. Enter the number to be pushed into stack. So I am going to push the value 95 to the stack. So value is successfully pushed now. It is asking me whether you want to continue. Yes, I need to continue. Press 1. I need to check whether the value 95 is successfully pushed into stack. I will use the option 4 now. There is some error in our code. We will check that. 0. So I have missed a equal to here, because if the value one element is entered inside the stack, the top of the stack will be 0. So even if the index is 0, it must be printed. So this equal to will print till the top value of stack index value. We will compile and run this now. No errors. So first I need to push we will add one more statement. This will give the user acknowledgement that value is pushed. So now I am going to push a value. So I am going to push value 95 into stack. Value successfully pushed into the stack. Do you want to continue? Press 1. Yes. I need to check whether the value 95 is successfully pushed into stack. So I will use print stack function. So I will choose option 4. So value at position 0 is 95. We need to do some alterations. We need to give slash and here, slash and here. Only then it will be properly printed. Otherwise you will get lines continuously without having a break. Right. So now it is clear. I need to push value. I have chosen 1. Enter the number to be pushed into stack, 34. Value successfully pushed into the stack. Now do you want to continue? Yes. So I will press 1. I will again push a value 1. Enter the number 45. So as of now we have entered 34 and 45. Value successfully pushed into stack. I need to continue. I will again use push operation. I will push number 59 to stack. Continue. Now I need to check whether all these three values 34, 45 and 59 is successfully inside the stack. So I will use print option 4. So value at position 34, position 0 is 34, position 1 is 45 and position 2 is 59. So top of the stack is 59 now. So I think we need to print the values in the reverse order, so only then it will look like a stack. We will make necessary alterations now. So just changing top of the stack greater than or equal to 0. So this will print value. We will also make a slight alteration. So this will slightly make this look like stack. So now with this we will complete our last output. So it is everything perfect now. I'm going to push a value 34, value is pushed. Again I'm going to continue. I'm going to push a value 78. Yes, I need to continue. I need to push a value 69. Yes, I need to continue. Again I need to push a value 35. I think 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 values we have pushed, but our size is 10, so we will try pushing all those values. This is fifth value, I think. 1, 1, 23. Sixth value, yes. Seventh value, I think. 45. 1 push. 35. Yes. 1. 67. 1 push value 98. So after 10th element, it is telling us that the stack is full. Now I need to press on 91 should not be pushed, and 91 is not in the stack actually. So I need to check whether all these values are printed in the stack. Small mistake. Here we need to give minus minus. A small mistake has led us to infinite loop. So as of now we have checked whether after all these 10 values inserted, we may not be able to further insert any values, and it is displaying stack is full. So stack is full condition we have checked. So it is enough that if we just push 3 or 4 values and pop peak operation, we will check. Enter number to be pushed 15, successfully pushed. Enter number to be pushed 45. Yes. Enter number to be pushed 56, successfully pushed. Yes. Enter number to be pushed 68. Now I just need to print all these values from the stack. I will use the option 4, so it looks like a stack. So that has printed the index value. Push. Enter number to be pushed 40. Yes. Push 45. Yes. Operation push operation 67. Yes. Push operation 39. So now we have, I think, pushed 14, 45, 67 and 13, 4 values. I need to print the stack. So it is looking like stack now. 14 is the value first, so since it is first, it is on the bottom of the stack, then followed by 45, 67, 39. So 39 is the topmost value of the stack. Now I need to continue. First I need to peek. So which means peek gives us the top of the topmost value of the stack and without deleting it. We will check the peek operation 3. So value peeked is 39. So topmost value of the stack is printed. We will check whether after peeking whether 39 value is deleted or not. We will print the stack. So 39 is not deleted. Now we will check pop operation. I need to continue. I need to use pop 2. So value popped is 39. I need to continue. We will print the stack now. See, first thing 14, 45, 67, 39 and now 14, 45 and 67. This is because we have popped the value 39 from the stack. Now again, I need to continue. I will pop the value. So 67 is printed. I will again pop the value. 45 is printed. Now we will just print the stack. So stack has only one value now. I will use pop operation. So value 14 is pop. Now we will check whether if we try to pop, it will print whether stack is empty or not. So the stack is empty. So we have successfully completed stack implementation. So stack values is empty. So with this we have successfully completed our stack implementation using array concept in C programming language. What I will do is I will just copy this value and paste it in a notepad file and just scroll down for your complete view. So it will be easy. So I will slowly scroll down. In case you need this code, you can just pause this video in between and you can copy or you can do. This is a working code. If you completely copy this code and run, it will get executed. It's more than 100 lines of code. That's all. So with this, we have come to the end of stack implementation using array in C programming. So I think this video is useful and informative. In case you have any queries, you can leave a comment below. Share with your friends and keep supporting. Thanks a lot.